order the Enfield Inland Wetlands and Watercourse Agency meeting for Tuesday, April 20th, 7 p.m. So we have a pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance.
To the
Pledge
flag
allegiance to
of the United
Of the United States
States
of America.
and to
and
the republic
To the republic
which
for
stands
which it stands,
one
one
nation.
nation,
under God,
under God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
and
with
justice.
liberty and justice for all.
Ginny, roll call.
Donna Corbin Savitsky,
Here.
Kevin Zorda,
Here.
Virginia Higley here, Carrie Ann Hassan, Marie Pisner,
Here.
Bob Hendrickson.
Here.
Okay.
Okay, great. Next is correspondence. I don't have any.
Mm-mm.
Next on the agenda is agents correspondence, site visits, whatever. Does anybody have anything?
Nope.
Yep, seeing none. Approval of minutes from April 6, 2021.
I have one
move-
question.
Okay.
Okay.
On the roll call for the minutes, is Robert Chagnon still a member?
No,
Okay, so it says absent was Commissioner Robert Chagnon. It's probably a boilerplate, but Liz, you need to take that off. Otherwise, it was perfect. You got it.
I move we approve the minutes of April 6th, 2021 with the deletion of Robert Shagden being absent.
I'll
Second,
second.
roll call, Ginny?
Donna Corbin Savinsky,
Yes.
Kevin Zorda,
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Marie Pisner,
Yes.
Bob Hendrickson.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor, motion passes. Excuse me, next on the agenda is old business, which we have none. Number 8 is new business, which is IW 585 0 King Street, a request for an extension of the wetlands permit for the proposed development consisting of 2 buildings, 500,225 square foot distribution building of warehouse space and office space, and 100,125 flex building until January 2022. DF Realty LLC, owner applicant, map 16, lot 108, industrial 1 I zone. Do we have any comments on this? Lauren?
Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it so I could share it, and I'm not having great success. So I'll just go on. Yeah, basically they've been actually trying to sell the property, sell the development, and with COVID and stuff, it just everything got behind. So they would like to. Pardon?
Were they still gonna build?
Yeah, they have every intention of it. And I think they found a buyer at this point for the development.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
Okay, so
So
they just need an extension
They're
because
not
of-
selling, they're not selling the land, they're selling the development.
No, there's
Well,
something.
all of the above. So it's not unusual for somebody to get go in and get an approval for
Okay.
a piece of property and then
Yeah.
sell the development with the land.
Okay.
Right. And if they change it, they have to come back to us.
Of
Okay.
course.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. George, you made it.
All right.
Okay. So do I have any
would make
motions
a
for this or any more
Yeah.
discussions?
I'll make a motion that we
Kevin.
approve the extension of IW number 585 0 King Street until January of 2022. I guess we should put a specific date of, what do you want to do, Lori? January 30th?
I don't have it in
Or-
front of me, but whenever the extension ended, we would make it the same date.
Okay.
So, well, we'll make sure that we get that date in there.
Okay.
All right, so moved.
Do we have a second?
Two.
I'll second.
Okay, that was Marie. Do we have any more discussion? Hearing none. Ginny, could you do roll call?
Donna Korosowinski,
Yes.
Kevin Zorda,
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Marie Kistner,
Yes.
Bob Hendrickson,
Yes.
5 in favor, motion passes. What I do need to do, I'm sorry, is we need to seat Marie.
oh, yeah.
I should have said earlier. Next on our, did you get that, Ginny? Next on our agenda is the enforcement.
Yes, I did.
Thank you, which I don't see. Lauren, is our new person join our meeting?
Yeah,
You want to introduce her?
yep. So this is Georgiana Driver. She is our new assistant planner and
Oh.
will be staff liaison to the Wetlands Commission. And she's got a master's degree in GIS and a passion for conservation and ecology.
Yeah.
And you want to say something, Georgie?
Hi, I'm Georgie. Had internet problems earlier, but now I'm good. I used to work for the city of Salem, so I'm happy that I get to be in Connecticut now and do actual planning stuff. I don't know, I'm just excited to be able to work with everybody. So,
Good
Good.
luck.
Welcome.
Glad to have you.
Wetlands.
yep.
So she's going to be a great asset to the town of Enfield and definitely to the planning office.
Great.
So this is her second week.
Yeah, I came back.
And she's still here.
Yeah.
Still here.
And I see you gave her the nice corner office.
Yeah, she's got a nice view there too, huh?
I love your apartment.
Thank you.
So next on our agenda is item 10, report of development services and planning. We have a discussion of, A is a discussion of possible new wetlands map. Excuse me.
Yeah, so Donna, you wanted to talk about that, and I don't know whether Georgie had time today to see what other mapping is even available out there. The map that we have right now was developed through the Hartford County Soil Survey, and that was basically flown in either the 50s or early 60s. And that's pretty much what everybody's wetlands map is. So I didn't know whether the Department of Ag or anybody else had done a new soil survey or not. And Georgie, were you able to discover anything today, or did you
I
not have time?
did a little bit. Deep has one from 2011, and that was the earliest update one I could find. So I did contact them to see if they were planning on doing another flyover anytime soon. I haven't heard back. Hopefully this week I'll hear back. So yeah.
So Lauren, what do we have to do? Update our maps or get a new map, or what's the process, you know?
Well, the thing is that, I mean, we can't just go out and fly a plane and do a reconnaissance. And you know, you all know
Fine.
one of the biggest issues in town is that most of the subdivisions in town were developed before inland wetlands regulations came to be. So they're all in wetlands. And you know, the thing is, you know, what do we do with that? You know, when I was the wetlands agent here 20 years ago, it was an issue, and it's still an issue. And you know, it's kind of like, well, for the most part, those wetlands are gone. They've been filled in. There's a house on them, and a pool, and a deck, and a garage, and for the most
Been
part,
developed and,
they
yeah.
they probably don't exist anymore. So, Ginny's got her hand up.
I found it.
Yay.
Two things. Is there a way that we can do levels of wetlands? In other words, there's disturbed levels of wetlands, and then there's pristine, undeveloped, never been touched wetlands. Probably not in Enfield, but there are some somewhere. And could we like In other words, if your house is sitting in a development and you've been before wetlands before, is there any way that we can speed it up by using the map and saying, well, this has been disturbed, so you're not doing that much and it'll be fine? And the other thing I had was, we've had people come in and take parcels out of wetlands. And while we're looking at redoing the map, we should be sure that we take everybody who's come before us in the last 5 or 10 years and make sure that their parcels are no longer in wetlands, because we all leave and then, we all go on our separate ways. And 20 years from now, some poor person's going to come in and they're going to say, oh, no, you're in wetlands. And then everybody's going to have to run and find the application that says, nope, you're not in wetlands. So if they had the new map, where it actually shows that they've been taken out of wetlands, that would make it cleaner. Those are my 2 thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good thoughts. Yeah. I mean, Jenny, even when you were the wetlands agent, did you send the map amendments to the GIS person?
No.
Because there isn't one.
No, I know, but I'm saying that we have one now. I don't know for how long, hopefully a long time, but our track record is not great. So
Georgie,
having said that, can we just hurry her along?
Well, that is not her purview. I mean, excuse me, that is not her primary function, is to do GIS. However, she is very good at it.
Well,
but
she's
this is something.
the wetlands person. This is a wetlands map.
Right,
So it
I
doesn't matter.
understand that. So,
Okay.
I mean, but, maybe we could do something on that line. What I would like to do is, get a base map that's newer than 1960.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and it's a good idea to, maybe if we know that they're disturbed soils and, they're already in a subdivision, maybe you just give the staff, carte blanche or some other means to, approve those permits without putting them through all of the hullabaloo of going through the application process and going to not PCC, sorry, to inland wetlands. And, it's time consuming, and it's for not just the applicant, but for the commission. And, maybe we could come up with some development guidelines for that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, especially like all these houses that are already built and like you said, been there 20, 30 years. We know it's not really wetlands anymore. So maybe
And it would be interesting to have maybe a wetland scientist go out and investigate all of a subdivision that was built in the wetlands to see if any wetland soils actually do exist. Because, maybe like the backyards of, from one street to the other, maybe in between there maybe there is some wetlands remaining. So.
But somewhere the whole development is all houses and, built over.
Mm-hmm.
And there's
and there might be
streams. There's nothing that would, you would think would be wetlands.
Right. It may have some wetlands soils or some sort of a little
pockets of wetland.
Yeah. But what are they functional is the big question.
Right.
So they're always going to act as a sponge, but are they functional in any other way?
Right.
So.
Yeah. But I think that'd be something we should try to work on if we can.
Okay. Well, the next item on the agenda is discussion on next steps for POCD, and this is the exact type of thing that you might want to put in as your goals. Maybe we like to find some money to put towards hiring a soil scientist to investigate subdivisions that were built in wetlands, or something of that nature. So
flyover.
Well, I don't know if we could do a flyover, but hopefully the state's going to be doing that.
Okay.
What, Georgie?
I just had a crazy idea.
Oh, go
ahead.
for it.
No,
Nothing's
say
crazy.
it.
Well, along with my GIS degree came remote sensing, and I know how to fly drones, so I don't know if the city was considering doing anything with drone mapping. Like, drones can take large images of great resolution, kind of like satellites, and then you can use remote sensing and you can analyze certain image bands to get the wetlands out of the picture. And you can just make a data layer out of that.
Hmm.
A little cheaper, but that's an alternative.
It
Georgie's
doesn't
gonna
sound
be
crazy
really
to me
busy.
at all. It sounds very
Yes.
good.
Your spare time.
Look,
You
I'm
just
looking
got
at
the new job.
I'm looking
Well-
at the Yukon aerial imagery site for wetlands in Connecticut, and they actually have a great example of a drone flyover image, and it shows Enfield so nicely. Like, it's so pretty.
Oh,
But did they have the wetlands delineated?
Trying to figure that out. Their layers are a little confusing.
Yeah, so, but I mean, so that's something that we could, look into seriously.
Hmm.
And, I know that the police department wouldn't mind having a drone. I know
Yes,
the fire
definitely.
department, somebody had a drone when the casket building went down, because that's how they were able to determine what happened up on the roof and stuff. So,
Mhm.
and I think they had actually flew it into the building because
wow.
it was absolutely unsafe and they wanted to make sure no one was in there. So, I mean, there you go. There's another goal that you might put in your POCD,
Yeah.
to do some sort of flyover, whether it be by plane or drone, to determine the wetlands in town.
That would help do water quality stuff too, like soil erosion monitoring. So that
Yep.
could tackle like multiple goals if you guys want to
Mhm.
think about that.
There you go.
Good idea.
So I don't know if anybody got
Yeah.
their emails today.
Yep.
With the, I gave you portions of the POCD that exists to kind of give you an idea as to what we're looking to do for this new one. And I'm not expecting anybody to go through this tonight, but yeah, so Judy's got, so this is where I was
Yep.
practicing sharing before, and every time I put the thing down, it turned off. So I'm gonna
Oh.
try. Hold on. See if any of it's going to work. Well, I finally found the PDF for the, it's
If you need-
not.
Let me know.
Oh wait, here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Did I do that or did Georgie do something?
You did that.
I did it? What did I have put up there?
You
You have
have
your
an
email.
email.
Oh, okay. All right. So, okay, now I've got 3 windows open with the app here.
You can pick whichever one you want to share.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn this one off. Ah! Let me try this again. Hey, dummies.
You know what? I just heard back from Deep just now about the updated wetland soils.
Yeah.
They just emailed right now, and they said that their website uses the most recent soil mapping conducted by the NRCS, and it was updated within the past 10 years, and they do not anticipate a new state survey to be conducted in the near future.
Hey, the last 10 years is better than the last 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, way
That's
better
when
than
I
what
showed
we
you in the
got.
office, Lori.
Okay, so can you see this? The soil and water conservation? Do you
No.
have anything on?
No.
No. Okay. So how do I share this now? Oh, wait, here. What? I hate this thing.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I finally got it down with the Zoom and the HD office, how to share. This thing is driving me crazy. It's all right, let me go back to here. Can you see
There
that?
it is.
Yep.
Yes,
you got
there it is.
All right. So most of the stuff that I found with inland wetlands, so this is like the short, concise version that's explained elsewhere in the POCD, but these are basically the action items, responsibilities, cost, and time frame. And this is what you'll be doing, as will every board and commission in the town. So this was participate in Silvio Conte refuge planning process. That you weren't listed as the responsibility part of that. See if I could, nope, that's better. Okay, so work with Connecticut DEP to remove Springborn Dam. And here's inland wetlands. And this is estimated cost was not applicable. I don't know how that is, but apparently, Ginny, that you said that it's gone already.
Yeah, it's been gone for a while. It's lovely over there.
All right, I have no idea where that was, but I mean, so this is the thing
No.
that we need to go
You
through
know,
is like, so we make a determination that, we've already accomplished this, and then so we take it off of our list for the next POCD, but then we come up with new ideas and new concerns. Educate residents about riparian buffers. Did you ever do that?
Years ago, what the heck was it? I think it was when one of the assistant planners for wetlands when they used to have the little talks on ETV about people, what was being done and what was going to be done. She talked about escarpments and buffers and all kinds of things like that. Why they were, it might be something that would be worth updating.
Or continue to do?
I don't think they show it anymore.
Was that Katie?
Yes.
Katie
Yes, it
Bednaz?
was Katie. Yep.
It just sounded like something she would have done.
And Lori,
Yeah.
I think one of the things I put in my homework for the meeting tomorrow is that
Mhm.
I think all of the commissions need to be educated on this process. I don't know how long I've been on the commission. I didn't know anything about any of these, that this was something that was really being done. So, I think that's a really important part of this, is that everybody knows what they need to work on, and that can get done, because we certainly had time where we had no meetings for months and months and months, even before COVID, that we
Right.
could have
Yeah.
been working on some of this stuff.
So this is something, so the plan of conservation and development, implementation of it is the hardest part. And keeping track of it for that 10 years is almost impossible, and people lose sight of it at, a year, months, or even a year after we've adopted it. But that's
Yeah.
something that, we're going to be working on more. I wasn't here for the last 10 years, so
Oh, yeah, no?
it's pretty hard for me to have gotten everybody involved, and it's taken me 2 years just to, get on board here, just because there was so many things to catch up on. But
Oh, no, yeah, I'm not blaming you at all.
No,
I know
but
it
so
was
I
probably
don't-
lost, yeah.
yeah, I don't mean to, that my point is that we're not going to look backwards. We're going to look forwards and make sure that everybody
Right.
is educated on this, and that they get
Exactly.
excited about it, and that they want to keep these things going. And when you don't have a meeting, or you don't have anything scheduled for a meeting, these are the types of things you can be working on.
Yeah.
All right, so
So-
could we add it?
Absolutely.
I mean, this is a thought is like to add it somewhere on the agenda, so it's always there, but you don't always discuss it, But you know that, oh, let's talk about it. Let's do something on it.
So you
'Cause if
want
it's
to
not
add an
funny,
agenda item on POCD discussion?
Yeah, that's an easy, simple one.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and like I say, I'm not asking you guys to do this tonight, but I wanted you to start thinking about it and what you
Yeah.
might want to see, and what was already on here. So,
Yeah.
we'll work with you on this as well.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Georgie's excited to do this, right, Georgie?
I am so excited to be part of a new POCD. Like, I'm so happy.
She's controlling herself well.
Yeah. One of the complaints that I've heard numerous times was, especially from Conservation, Inland Wetlands, and Ag Commission in particular, was that they weren't even listened to or even hardly acknowledged. And
Yep.
that's going to change.
Very small.
One can
So-
hope.
Good.
This is what, when I was in East Windsor, I had to do the POCD all by myself, no staff, no consultant. And this is how I did it. I went to every commission. I said, okay, here's your list. What do you still want on it? What's been accomplished? And what do you want on it that's new? And let's figure it out. And we made everything a hyperlink. So when the commission went back to the new POCD, they could just click on the hyperlink, and that would be the information that they needed to work with.
Hmm.
It was the only way I was able to do it. But I assume it's okay. Hopefully they're working on it. So again, streamline wetlands review process. Of course, that's a short-term goal every day of the week. With the petition period, we can only do so much, but what you guys were just talking about is if the wetlands are in this disturbed area that's already been subdivided and built on, maybe we come up with a new process for that.
Yeah.
So
Sounds like a
education,
plan.
more education on water quality, continue soil erosion monitoring. I don't know what that is continuing to monitor. So I
We
don't know
don't
where
do
that came
that.
from. But if
Yeah.
elsewhere in the guidance document, you will see more explanation of that, because this is just the short, quick version. And expand local stormwater regulations. So that's not a bad thing either.
Very important.
So kind of getting the ideas to what were charges, what your
Mhm.
charges.
Yeah, that
Okay.
looks good.
So what we do is we kind of start from there and start thinking of things that we would like to see and ways that we might be able to implement it. Have you heard of grants out there, or seek funding sources for education or whatever? So this is the beginning of a long conversation
Yeah,
that we need to have.
Yeah.
a year-long
Yeah, having
conversation.
something on the agenda all the time is good to keep it in front of us.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
And Georgie will be leading the charge.
Good. That's great.
So I don't know if you have any other questions on POCD, and I kind of, sorry, I sort of took over the meeting and just kind of went by the agenda.
So we combined A and B together. That's all, the wetlands and
Yeah.
the POCD. They kind of go together, so that was good.
So it kind of tied into each other, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's exactly what you want to be doing, is like finding things like, wow, God, it would be really great if we could do X, Y, and Z. It was like, well, let's put that in there and figure out a possible way to implement it.
Mhm.
If you need money, let's see if we could look for grants or ask the town council, or can we go to local businesses and see if they contribute or whatever. So you have to kind of look at the scale of the project as well.
Yeah. So this chart that you showed us and you sent us in the email, is
Mhm.
this what we're starting with?
That's what you're starting with. That's what's in the POCD currently, the one that
So-
was developed 10 years ago.
Okay.
So those were the plans and the goals 10 years ago. So, when we officially do this, we'll sit down and go through them and say, okay, has this been accomplished? Yes, no, maybe. And
Okay.
and go on from there, and then come up with new goals.
Okay.
So if
Because
you
we do
think
have
of
what's
something,
called
write it down.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Well, we also sent the implementation strategy. Lori, did we send that to everybody?
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody should have got the old chapter of natural resources and climate change. and the implementation strategy to preserve and enhance aesthetics for inlands and wetlands for natural resources. So feel free to like print those out and mark them up. See how you see fit.
Okay.
Can help you brainstorm.
All right, let's see if I could share this. It's like I get to it and it doesn't, I don't know how to.
I can help you share, Lori, if you need help too.
I found it, but I can't, it's like I try to share, I select it. I just,
There you go.
natural resources, you got that?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm not sure what happened to make it work, but okay. So this is, so you'll notice, first of all, does everybody have a paper copy of the Plan of Conservation and Development?
Mhm.
yep.
Is there anybody that doesn't? All right, looks like everybody has one, so that's good. Okay, so in that huge book that you have, this is just one of the chapters. So, it goes through the topography, which is, the elevations of the area. And then it goes through the soils, highly erodible soils, like in our terrace escarpments, soils for agriculture. So now that we go into water resources and the watersheds. So that's part of your purview and looking at watershed planning. And then Scantic River watershed, surface water. So that's really, now we're really getting into your bailiwick, right? So this, so it gives you a really good overview. Surface water quality, what our goals are, what should we be trying to do. Here's impaired designated use, recreation, fish consumption, recreation. And this one, the Enterococcus escherichia coli is very important. I have no idea what that is, by the way. Other than probably something that's not good. My first time trying to pronounce it. So, and then we get into groundwater, which is actually through the aquifer, that's the Planning and Zoning Commission's purview. So, but this is a good overview as to, what is happening in our town. And then, let's see if and then in other sections, it will go into the actual goals. We will develop in a manner that preserves and enhances the aesthetic, recreational, and ecological values of our natural resources. So it talks about the objectives: preserve the quality of local water resources, enhance public access to waterfronts, protect prime agricultural soils, and so on and so forth. So this is where we get into the actual purpose of, or the implementation in the POCD. So let's see if we can find one that's, the town of Enfield will promote responsible development, particularly along the Connecticut and Scantic rivers, to maintain the high quality of local water resources. So that's something that your purview is to help protect the water quality in there, in all of the land waters. So review land use and zoning regulations to adequately protect water quality. So when it talks about that, shows you some hyperlinks in there if it was live. Promote water protection management practices for agricultural uses. Streamline inland wetlands and watercourses review process. So that was shown in that first chart that we talked about. Educate residents about the water quality issues. So this is where it gets into a little bit more detail. I think ours will be a little bit more easily read and be more instructional as opposed to just kind of background. So I just kind of wanted to give you a feel for what the POCD has now and where we're going.
Hmm.
So when we have a little bit of a light agenda, we'll put this on for a workshop.
Yeah,
I think we've actually got quite a few applications for the next meeting, so probably not then, but you know, when we have a light agenda and if it's just one or two things that we could push off, we'll just have just a workshop.
yeah, that sounds good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Sound good?
Sounds good.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Thanks.
So you got your homework.
Okay. Read our materials. Sounds good.
And other than that, I guess we just have applications to be received.
Right. so-
Georgie, there's the 3 listed on the agenda, and I think Georgie's got an additional one.
Okay. Yeah, so next is our applications to be received, and we have IW 626, 40 Edgewood Drive, application of Rachel Bullet and Daniel Jesus requesting a permit to construct a garage within regulated area DOR 42021. IW 627, 11 Fairfield Road, application for a permit to install a fence drain approximately 50 feet long, 18 inches wide. Joseph Macero, owner, Peter representative, map 53, lot 77, R33. And then XIW 2104, it's 40 Moody Road. Application for the town of Enfield to conduct regulated activities, to conduct maintenance program to clear brush and silt from numerous town drainage structures and outlets. So those we'll be discussing at our next meeting.
Should
And I
we
do have a
just
question.
make that an agent approval?
Yeah, then we have agent approval after that.
Yeah,
I
but
think
how
that
about the,
Hang on, there's one more to be received. DPN 21-04-12. It is 612 Hazard Avenue for an adaptive reuse of Blair Manor to turn it from a nursing home into a 43 apartment unit complex. So that will be on the meeting next.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
so I believe that
Moody Road one, I'm sorry.
No,
The
go
Moody
ahead.
Road one, can we just make that an agent approval? I mean,
That's your choice. So that's one address. Basically, they've probably got like 50 different locations. So, but it's all essentially the same thing, kind of cleaning out the culverts and maybe replacing the catch basin or something along those lines. But they're just giving you it all at once. So it's up to you if you want to just grant them that or not. But if you want to look at it, it's not up on the website.
yeah, I mean, to me, that seems like it's a perfect agent approval.
Yeah,
Not
I agree.
not to delay it and let them just do what they do best.
Okay.
right. Yeah,
Agreed.
I agree with that. Do we want to do a roll call to make that happen, or? have a
Pardon?
motion? We have a motion from Kevin to make that agent approval. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. We have a roll call, Ginny?
Donna Corbin Stavisky,
Yes.
Kevin Zorda,
Yes.
Virginia Higley, yes. Marie Pisner,
Yes.
Bob Hendrickson.
Yes.
Okay, 5 in favor, motion passes for agent approval for the XIW 2104 40 Moody Road, application of the town of Enfield. So it'll be that one. You said there was others with it?
Yeah, Donna, we'd actually, I think, Rick Rochelle had reached out to you about the 11 Fairfield Road, the French drain.
Yeah.
So I think that was decided to be agent approval as well.
Yeah, I think it was. because we had a couple of them. Oh, that's
Right,
at the
but
bottom.
it's just we hadn't received it yet, so we have to
Oh, okay.
officially receive it.
Oh, okay, yeah, and that's out under item 12, it looks like. Agent approvals.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Donna,
I got
you're
two
right.
computers running here and I'm using the
The
mouse
one
for the
above
wrong
that
one.
is town too.
Yeah.
The North
Yeah,
River,
so-
South River Street is a
Yep.
town.
Right,
Yeah,
we were
those
gonna
are
do
agent
that as
approvals?
agent.
Yeah.
Those
number
are
item
agent
12 is
approvals.
agent approvals that we already did.
Yep.
That we had talked about was IW, so agent approvals that we already was determined was IW 625 Zero Shaker Road, application for a permit to construct a new 10,000 square foot daycare facility. Jeffrey Michael and Joseph Delia, owner Winston Properties LLC, applicant Eric Spungen, applicant representative map 76 lot 242 R33. We had another agent approval for XIW 2103 North River Street and South River Street. Application for a permit to rehabilitate 1,504 feet of North River Street and 235 feet of South River Street roads, Town of Enfield owner. Chris Bromson applicant, John Cabibio applicant representative. And then that IW 62711 Fairfield application for permit to install a French drain approximately 50 feet long, 18 inches deep, 18 inches wide. Joseph Macero, owner. Peter Martin, applicant, representative, map 53, lot 77, R33. Those are agent approvals as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
So now that I'm finally getting how you, how this commission works, I'm gonna hand it off to Georgie.
So now you can explain it to her. But I want to go back up to 40 Moody Road. Is there other addresses they're going to be doing at the same time, or?
Yes, that's what I'd say. The 40 Moody Road, that there's like 50 addresses over like the next 5 years.
To do
So
all
that-
this?
They're
The same-
different drainage locations.
Yeah, they're just like, they're not really addresses, it's like intersections.
Drains, yeah, for basins.
Yeah, okay.
Just
So I
to
think
figure
so-
out.
Oh, can we suggest to them that they put at least several of them under one application and we can do the same?
That's what this is.
Oh, okay.
The- the-
Okay,
it-
perfect.
Oh, that's what I was trying to understand, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not
It's
sure where 40
plural.
Moody came from, but. So
Okay,
this is
perfect.
actually like, it's all of theirs. They've got a whole presentation if you want to have it. But you have to undo what you just did.
No, I'm fine with it. They're maintaining
no,
and doing what's
no.
best for the town, so.
Yeah,
Right. that's-
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So I wanted to make sure that was clear, that we were clear on that. It's not
yeah,
just
yeah.
road. Right. Okay. So is that all set then? For agent
Yeah.
approval? Not just 40 Mooney
Mhm.
Road, but the full applications?
Yeah,
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Just wanted to make sure we're clear. The other thing I did want to mention, ask about, Lauren, was, so applications to be received. So from my understanding is the application comes in and then their applications have to be received. And
Yeah.
that's at the next scheduled meeting or 35 days if there's no next scheduled meeting.
correct. That's my
So-
understanding.
Right, so if we didn't have a meeting today, these would have to wait until the next scheduled meeting or the 35 days, correct?
No, because this is a scheduled meeting. Even if you don't hold it, we would still have this as, the date of receipt because it goes up onto the website under COVID-19. And
So
quite
that-
honestly, we will continue to do that after COVID-19 executive orders.
Okay, so if it's,
So
go ahead, Kevin.
I was just gonna say, we just have to be vigilant, you know.
Right, because I know you had wanted, we thought we would have canceled the meeting because there really wasn't anything on it, and then we added, of course, the wetlands, POCD, but, so if we had canceled the meetings, these still would have had been accepted?
Yes. But the big thing about them being accepted without the meeting being held is that at least they're posted someplace where the public can see them.
Right.
And since we've been doing this on the website during this whole last year, we will continue to do that. And I think legislature is gonna basically put everything to town websites now, as opposed to legal notices in the paper and things of that nature. But it's not a done deal yet.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if we had to vote on them or whatever, and, I didn't want to miss a meeting just because, now we have other things
No.
we could talk about too, so.
Well, that's why they say at your next regular meeting. So even if it's canceled, it's still your regularly scheduled meeting.
Yeah, look, I can't.
So
Okay.
Jenny seems to disagree with that, but that's what we've been
Yeah,
told by legal. You're muted.
I'm sure you have. My thing is, there's a difference between next meeting and next scheduled, it's like one of those, if we didn't have meetings for 3 months, you wouldn't know whether to take and do them as agent approval or as accepting it as a regular meeting thing.
But
That's
if
why
you
I
didn't-
say no.
if
But
you didn't
I
have
hear you.
meetings-
I didn't go to law school.
Neither did I. But if we didn't have meetings for 2 months, then it would be 35 days after receipt in the office.
That it gets
Right.
approved, but I guess like Ginny said, then you wouldn't, then it would be approved as a regular application and not as an agent approval or anything else, because we have to determine if it's agent approval.
Correct.
Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So then they would be accepted as a regular application.
Mhm. For the regularly scheduled next meeting.
yeah. The petition periods just make
Yeah.
everything just very complicated with wetlands, which is, that's something else that you guys could talk about. And if you want, we can put it on the agendas. I know that the PZC is very interested. Well, there are certain members that are interested in combining PZC and inland wetlands into one commission, or having them be the same people on both commissions and meet the same night.
And how do you feel about that? You think that's a
I
good thing?
feel 100% against it.
Yeah, I do
Thank you.
too, actually.
But
I don't see how you
that's-
could, how do you wear two different hats at the same,
It's very difficult, and then the timeframes differ, the petition periods, and then staff has to do both meeting packets at the same time, and
Right, and you can't,
very
go on
cumbersome
one-
right there.
yeah, and you have to do the inland wetlands before you could do the planning and zoning. And you have to wait for it to get approved by one to go to the other one.
Yeah,
I don't know how it would work.
so just something for you if you want to discuss it. I do know that it will be going to town council sometime in the near future, although we've had it on the agenda for PZC for just about this whole year, so.
Yeah, could you let us know if it gets on the agenda for town council when they're gonna talk about it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, thanks, because,
And, I've made my thoughts pretty clear to the PZC and certainly the chairman, so. But it's not my decision.
right. Okay. Oh, and I did, one more question was back to IW 569, the Tarno SNS landscape. Did they merge their lots? Did you find out?
I started looking into that and I did not get an answer. My thought is that they have not, but as soon as we logged on to this meeting, I was like, oh man, I never did find that answer, so. We
So they-
will,
Regina, there's a task. Welcome.
there you go. She doesn't know what you're talking about, but I'll tell her.
Yeah. we're gonna speak on it. Okay, that'd be good to find
Yeah.
out. That's supposed to be merged, so
Merge lots, got it.
thank you.
Been a little busy lately.
Yeah.
Mhm, I'm sure.
It's a good thing.
Georgie's only been here not even 2 weeks and she's already swamped.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna get any better tomorrow night.
I don't mind.
Yeah. Makes the day go fast.
There you go.
Yeah. So do we have anything else anybody want to discuss or mention or?
I move that we adjourn.
do we
Second.
have second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so meeting is adjourned, 7:51.
Good night,
Bye, guys. Have a great
everybody.
Thanks
night.
so much,
Welcome
all.
aboard,
Enjoy.
Georgie.
See some of
Welcome,
you
Georgie.
tomorrow.
Okay,
All
bye
right.
now.
Yep. Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.